Hey, what's up? You ever wonder, like, where's all the good people at? Where are all the people that actually are willing to do the work to get it done and to make things happen in my network marketing business? Nobody on my team is working. If you've ever been there, that's what we're going to talk about today. What's up, my friend? Todd Falcone here. Welcome back to another episode. I've been there, done it. You're putting people on the team and none of them are doing anything. And you're like, dude, like, how come I'm the only one? How come I'm the only one that's showing up that's doing the work? Like, I put these people in and am I just putting in a bunch of lazy bums? Like, what's up here? Like, nobody's doing the work. And you're like getting frustrated and angry and it's not fun. And you're like, what the hell happened here? Like, why can't I find any good people? Okay. This is not uncommon at all. And I'm not talking about people that haven't recruited somebody. It's like, if I haven't recruited anybody, then you probably got nobody anyhow. So you're not going to have any good people. But like, it's interesting when you start building a business and you're putting people in, you put 10, 15, 20, 30 people in, and like none of those people are doing anything. You're like, what's the problem here? Is it the people? Is it the company? Is it me? What is it? What is it? I think there's a couple of different answers there, so we're gonna talk about that today. So, one, I guess I'll go here first. One, you got to think about this, like, sometimes, like, there's a phrase. What's the phrase? The harder you work, the luckier you get. And I'm not going to say there's like pure luck that's involved in network marketing, but there's some like random act of luck that goes on where somebody, the third person that they bring in, they go absolutely ballistic with it, and that person makes a ton of money because the third person they brought in just killed it. That doesn't happen very often. I mean, it's cool if it does for you. That's great. I can honestly say, like, I've made a lot more money through my hard work rather than my good fortune. But I know people have been incredibly lucky, but it's not, you can't create luck. I think you create your own luck, right? You create your own luck through doing the effort, doing the work, putting people in. And sometimes, honestly, you could have put 20 people in. I've dealt with a lot of clients, a lot of people I've talked to. It's like, man, I put 30 people into my business and nobody's doing anything. And I get it. I understand how frustrating that can be. It may be, and so we have to look at it and analyze, like, why is it that nobody's doing the work? It may be that the people that you put in really just weren't the right people. I'm not going to say that's the only answer. It could be, but that's not definitely the 100% surefire 100% of the time answer. Like, oh, you just didn't get the right people, and maybe there was a lack of clarity with what to do when you enrolled them. And so if you have people coming into something and they don't have a path, a clear, concise, easy to execute path that they can walk on, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Then they're probably not going to do anything. Confused minds don't ever do anything. So that's something you might want to consider looking at if you're in this situation where, like, hey, I'm putting people in and none or very few of my people are getting anything done. We can sit here and blame it on them and blame it on the people that they're lazy and that they're just the wrong people and that they're not ready. And certainly that might be the case with some or all of them, or it might not be. Maybe it's they're the right people, but they haven't been given, instructions, given a path, given, some clarity with what to do and how to do it. So that would be something worth taking a look at in terms of your personal onboarding process that you might use in your business. So that would be something I would definitely consider taking a peek at. When I was probably, 8. Let me think for a second. I was probably 8 years into my network marketing career, and at the time, it was probably 8 years in, 8 or 9 years in, and I'd gone through my warm market. We're always recreating warm market and meeting new people, and this is like pre-internet, pre-social media. I started buying leads, and I started buying leads in 1995. December of 1995 is when I bought my first. Actually, it was a little earlier than that with another lead company. But in December of 1995, I started using this company, ProStep, which is kind of ahead of their time back in the day, and I started buying leads to build my business. And I thought having no experience with leads that, oh man, all these people request information about making money from home. Man, I'm going to be recruiting all these people. Like everybody's going to be joining, or at least a high percentage of them. And it was not even the case. It was like out of every 100 leads, maybe 3 to 5 people that I talked to, out of talking to 100 people, 3 to 5 of them would join the business. And so I had to learn how to adjust my expectations. And I had very big success working leads. I mean, I recruited thousands of people with leads. So when people say leads don't work, that's not true. Anything that you do properly will work. Some are better, some are not so good. I'm not saying that leads would be my number one methodology of building a business, but they do work, and I think it's also, by the way, great training ground. There's no better training ground for you to work on and develop your communication skills and to develop your confidence in talking to complete strangers than working with leads. There is no better real world training ground than doing that. So if you really want to also, like, I want to get really good at being able to communicate with people that I don't know, which is going to help you communicate better with people that you do know, there is no better training ground than that. And not only that, okay, I can use leads as training ground, but I'm also going to recruit people along the way. So you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. So, and again, this isn't a promotion on, hey, you should go buy leads by any stretch, but I'm certainly not against it. I think there's a lot of value to it. And so here's the thing, like I had built a lot of my business for a very long period of time with leads, and I was making money. I was very successful, but at the same time, I was getting to the point where I was like, you know, when somebody would pick up the phone and like once I had a level of skills that I had acquired, that I worked on and developed, that like talking to some Nimrod who couldn't put 2 sentences together was not fun for me. Just like, I'm like, or the guy answers the phone like, this is like no energy. Hello? I'm like, hey, is Bob in? Mom. I'm like, hey, Bob, Todd Falcone, how's it going? Well, fair to melon. And it's just like, that was depressing for me. It was like I don't want to talk to that dude. And so I thought to myself, where are all the good people at? Literally, that was the question I asked myself. And this is actually what led me into, by the way, some of you guys are probably familiar with this, which led me into recruiting professionals, which I'm pretty widely known for in the network marketing space. I mean, I don't know anybody else that actively teaches how to recruit pros, how to recruit up the socioeconomic chain. I don't want to say I invented it, but I think I did. So, no, I'm pretty clear that not any other trainer out there is doing it. So I'll take credit for it, which I'm fine to do. So what I did was I was so frustrated, and I had this really bad day, like terrible day of prospecting, like just no shows and flaky people and bad people and lame people, and it just sucked. And I was like, where's all the good people at? Man, I can't do this anymore. I want to only talk to good people. And this is what I did. I was like, hey, I thought, there was a magazine on my desk, Homes and Land magazine. And I remember glancing over at the Homes and Land magazine. I was like, man, realtors, all the realtors that I know are pretty sharp. You know, they're on the ball. They work hard. They make money on commissions. You know, they're hustlers. They get, I don't know. How am I to say whether or not this is a good path or not? So I picked up the phone. I opened up the magazine, called some lady. This is a pure cold call. And I don't know what I said, but she basically said no, not interested. And I'm trying to figure out with a question or a process or a script, like, what am I going to say? And I did another call, and it was interesting. It was like the second or third call that I made, whatever question I asked, I said, yeah, I'm open. I'm like, cool, okay. I made one more call that night, and that person said that they were open. I was like, man, I made like 5 calls, not even know what I'm doing. All 5 of them sounded great, but 2 out of the 5 in that literal first call session, I was like, wow, I think I might be onto something. So I got up the next morning, and I started thinking, like, wow, like, what is it about, okay, these are people that make money on commissions, that are independent workers. They have to be financially motivated, or otherwise you wouldn't be in that type of occupation. They're people, so they're always connecting and talking to people, like what we do in network marketing. And I started to just, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Like, I had butterflies in my stomach. I was nervous. It was like, and I was making like well into 6 figures in network marketing, multiple 6 figures at the time, but I still had butterflies in my stomach. And I'm like, okay, how do I get through this? And I just started making calls, and I started to adjust the script. And it took me a while to come up with like the peak interest question that ultimately yielded the highest percentage of yeses when I made the calls. But what I discovered through that process, and really the whole purpose of me doing this particular session with you guys today, or episode, is I want you thinking about recruiting up. Like, are you recruiting up? Like, our natural tendency for networkers is to recruit down the socioeconomic chain. We go after our broke friends and family if we're going to do something in the warm market, which I don't know why you guys don't do that. That's nuts. They already have a relationship with them. It's like it's good enough for you and a complete stranger on Facebook, but it's not good enough for your bro. To me, that's just stupid. Like, why wouldn't you want to bring like your bestie in to go make some money with you if you think the deal's that good? It's not good enough for them. Like, I'd be pissed if I was your friend and you went and got rich in network marketing and you didn't tell me about it. And it's so weird. People are like, so that's, you know what it is? People don't talk to their warm market because they don't have the balls to step up and say, look, I just launched a new business and I'd love to show you what I'm up to. And they're so afraid, their little scaredy cats are so afraid of how they're going to be perceived by their friend, that they're going to lose their friend because they bring some network marketing deal to them. Well, you got to have some guts to be able to step up and say, look, man, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. I have no idea whether this is, up your alley or not, but hey, this is what I'm doing. I wanted to show you what I'm up to. Maybe we can make some money together. Maybe you're going to look at it and think I'm nuts or to have no interest. Either way, I'm still doing it. Take a look at it or not. And then people just totally avoid their warm market and they go onto Facebook and they go onto Instagram and they're like trying to do attraction marketing when they don't even know how to market. It's just nuts to me. So let me get off that horse. So what we want to do here is we want to be thinking about recruiting up, because when you recruit, what people will do in their warm market is they'll go after their broke bros and talk to them, because it's like if they reject them, they're not so worried about it. It's like, dude, you don't even make any money. You're like living in your mom's basement. And they think, okay, well, I'm going to go talk to that guy. He hasn't had a job for, he's 42. He's living in his mom's basement. And he's never done anything in his life. You're trying to recruit that guy? That's not what you want to do. You want to go after people that are more likely to be successful in network marketing based on their existing, the path that they've been on. Have they shown a path of upward mobility? Have they shown a path of responsibility? Have they shown a path of getting stuff done? And those are the kinds of people that are going to react favorably to network marketing. What we think is the path of least resistance, going down the socioeconomic chain, is always actually the path of greater resistance. Your bro that's living in his mom's basement that's 42 is like, hey, if it's so good, why don't you pay my way in? Or why don't you call me when you're making some money? I mean, you get more resistance there, but trust me, and I'm telling you right now, when you go up, when you go after somebody who's successful already, and you say, look, I've launched this business. I have a straight up question for you. Do you keep your options open? I know you're successful in your company. I got a very simple question. Do you keep your options open at all in terms of making money outside of what you're currently doing? You're going to be met with, not everybody's going to say yes to you, but you're going to be met with cool people. And the ones that do say yes to you, they're capable, they're able, they get it done. They've already proven to the world that they have a habit of getting things done. Why would you? It's kind of like if I was recruiting for an NFL football team. Am I going to go after a bunch of? I was going to use a word that's probably not even politically correct today. I won't use that word. Am I going to go after a bunch of people that have never played football before? Don't even know the game. Is there a home plate in football? No, dude, that's baseball. They don't even know what the game is. They're 5'6" and they weigh 128 pounds, which you ain't going to be playing in the NFL at 128 pounds. And I'm going to try to recruit them and create this NFL winning football team. No, I'm going to go after burly dudes. I'm going to go after muscular people. I'm going to go after people that are super fast. I'm going to go after people that play football, that played high school football, played college football. I'm going to go after people that understand the game. I'm going to go after people that have the physicality to be able to go do it. Why don't we think the same way in network marketing? Why don't we think about okay, what is network marketing? Network marketing is a people business. It's a sales business. It's an engagement business. It's a connection business. Why don't we spend it's a money business. Why don't we spend our time going after people that, based on the things that they've already done, are more likely to be successful doing network marketing if they choose to do network marketing? Trust me also on this. You will have way more fun prospecting when you're only talking to good people. If you're talking to people like, hello, hey, hello, hi, and you're dealing with all that all day, that gets old. That'll drain you. But if you're dealing with successful people that are solid communicators, that are responsible professionals, that are business people, those conversations are fun. I want you to think about this for a second. Think about the worst prospecting call you ever had. It was depressing. You're like, oh my God, I don't want to ever talk to somebody like that again. And then think about the best one. You call the person, they were awesome, they sounded great, they were upbeat, they were interested, they were leaning in, they're like, this is really cool, I want more information, I want to do this. And you're like, this is awesome, how come I can't have more calls like this? You can if you focus on recruiting professional people. So what I'm going to do in this, by the way, is if you're on my YouTube channel, what's up YouTubers, appreciate you. On my podcast on audio, you're going to want to pop over here. So I'm going to put a link to some information that will help you understand how to recruit professionals. I did it for years. It became my number one way of recruiting people into network marketing. There's a pathway for you to understand how to do this, how to learn how to talk to great people and have way more fun in your prospecting. Because if you're dreading your prospecting, you're not going to prospect very much. We don't do things that we hate. That's just straight up, right? No, but if you can bring the pleasure and the passion into your prospecting and it's super fun, you can't wait to get up in the morning and go talk to another person, another cool person, then you're going to do it a bunch and you're going to make a bunch of money. So I'll leave a link in there to when we write up the post on this. But here's where you want to get the rest of the details on this. You'll find me over here, toddfalcone.com/episode 270. Okay, that's TODDFALCONE.com/episode 270. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.